Hi everyone, you are on Mobi channel and I am happy to see you on my channel again. Today in the video I will tell you the whole story of the character PLUNGERMAN. This character has traveled a long way and many battles, where he did not always remain the winner, but he always found the strength to come back and go into battle for the Alliance. He never felt sorry for himself, he was always a brave and determined agent, for which he received a large fan base among fans of the series SKIBIDI Toilet. So be sure to like this video, click on subscribe, watch this video till the very end and also send this video to your friend. Also today on my second channel was released a video analysis of Season 3 of SKIBIDI Toilet Zombie Universe, and from now on the analysis of other universes will be released there. Also I said that when my second channel will be 100,000 subscribers I will show you my real face and voice. So if you are really interested in this then also subscribe to my second channel, the link will be in the first pinned comment. But anyway, we're getting started. The first appearance of our cameraman with a black camera, I think that happened exactly in episode 39, when a small squad of cameramen was attacked by SKIBIDI Toilet, and at that time the agents were not yet prepared for a battle with them, but not PLUNGERMAN. He was the only one who was not afraid to engage in a battle with the toilets, and thanks to his combat training and strong character was able to easily defeat the two opponents, until he was attacked by a toilet with a jetpack. But it is good that at that moment appeared Agent TV Man, and with the help of his radiation was able to hypnotize the opponents, thanks to which the squad of agents cameramen were able to win the battle. His next appearance was in the next episode, and just there he found his weapon, thanks to which he got the name PLUNGERMAN. And I'm also sure that many people will say that he used plunger in episode 39, and you'd be right, but in that episode it just fell into his hands, and that's why he used it. But in episode 40 cameraman consciously picked up plunger and decided to fight using this weapon. But in episode 40 he didn't have to do that, because the TV man's agents were the nicest then, and using their radiation they went to destroy dozens of SKIBIDI toilets. By the way, this episode is also the first time the TV mans have given the agents a protective lens. It is necessary for TV man's hypnosis to not affect the agents. The next appearance of PLUNGERMAN was in episode 43. The plot was that the TV man's agents gathered the cameraman agents to show them their abilities. They wanted to show that they have nothing to fear, because they have them. But PLUNGERMAN still took his plunger to this performance, and also his weapon took with him cameraman scientist, and they did not do it in vain. Because in this episode the abilities of TV man's agents did not work on SKIBIDI toilets, because they have protective goggles that block radiation. And then all that TV mans did was to leave the battlefield, leaving the agents alone with a large group of enemies. But it is good that there were also big agents cameramen and speakermans. Next, PLUNGERMAN appeared in episode 45, and as I believe this episode started the story of how the secret agent started to look after our brave cameraman. I think the secret agent already knew that this was the agent who would help him defeat the scientist. In episode 45, PLUNGERMAN is in hiding behind a house watching the battle between the infected Titan Speakerman and Titan TV Man. And if you were not a fan of SKIBIDI Toilet back then, I will briefly retell you this episode. The Titan TV Man was interested in having the Titan Speakerman cured of the SKIBIDI parasite because the Alliance and Speakerman's agents really need their Titan. TV Man was much stronger than Speakerman, and during the battle he accidentally ripped off part of his speakers. So Titan Speakerman didn't want to continue the fight and decided to fly away and lead Titan TV Man to a trap, and in episode 47 this happened. After that we didn't see PLUNGERMAN until episode 48. Things were not going well for the agents at that time. They had lost all of their Titans and there was no telling when they would reappear. But this only hardened the character of the agents, and PLUNGERMAN in this episode possessed already 2 plungers. And at the time of the 48th episode he alone could destroy a small group of SKIBIDI Toilet. Also in this episode, cameraman's POV was a scientist, whom PLUNGERMAN most likely met in the battle that took place in episode 43. A secret agent also appeared in this episode. He never stopped watching PLUNGERMAN, and I even have a hunch that he was trying to help him in every way possible if he needed help. Further, the appearance of the PLUNGERMAN occurs in episode 50. In this episode, a secret base of cameraman agents is attacked by a SKIBIDI toilet. And it was planned, because here were some of the strongest enemies that were dangerous at the time of the 50th episode. Everyone ran from them, some were lucky and escaped, and some were victims of the mutant toilets, and the only one who wasn't afraid to fight them was PLUNGERMAN. He literally stared death in the eye. In front of him SKIBIDI toilet, which spewed flames, destroyed several cameraman agents, but PLUNGERMAN still went into battle. It is not known how the fight would have ended, if at the right moment did not appear Titan Cameraman, who was improved and received stronger weapons and unusual at that time abilities. I and all the fans of Skibidi Toilet series were very happy that Titan Cameraman is back and ready to defend the Alliance again. If there are people watching me now who have seen my analysis of this episode, then post the words OG Mobi in the comments so I know how many people are watching me from that moment. Also be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. After episode 50, it seems that Titan Cameraman noticed Plungerman and took him with him to clear the territory of enemies. Almost the entire 51st episode Titan Cameraman fought alone, but at the end of the episode we find out that Plungerman was in Titan's hand the whole time, and then we see a squad of flying Skibidi toilets coming at them, but Plungerman and Titan were ready for it. The next appearance of Plungerman was in episode 52. He appeared just like some kind of superhero. His flashlight under the camera started to glow blue, and I assumed that Titan Cameraman shared some of his energy with Plungerman. Also in this episode he got a jetpack, which made him even faster. In this episode there was also a secret agent who was watching Plungerman. Also in episode 52 Plungerman met a new female character, specifically Camera Woman, and at first he underestimated her abilities, but then when she showed herself in action, Plungerman gave her a like, just like you put a like under this video. Then in the 53rd episode this squad, which included Titan Cameraman, Camera Woman and Plungerman, led an army of agents, and it seemed that finally the agents began to defeat the opponents, but suddenly there was a completely new kind of enemy. It is Astro Toilet, which for some reason destroyed the big agent Speaker Man. Perhaps they thought that there are not many agents of this race left and decided to destroy it completely. Or maybe Astro Toilets know a little bit about the future, and in the future they will be destroyed by an agent of this race. Write your theories in the comments as you think what will happen to Astro Toilets in the future. Also in this episode we were shown new inventions of Cameraman, and specifically it is a tank, which is equipped with an antiparasitic beam. In the 55th episode the agents accompanied this invention, and there was also a Plungerman, who was already a bit tired from the battle, or at least it was not easy for him to deal with such a large group of opponents. The secret agent was also watching Plungerman from the balcony of the building. And also in this episode the enemies showed the alliance of agents their new dangerous weapon, which is called as acid. And if you know a little chemistry, you know how acid, especially acid as toxic as Skibidi Toilet, corrodes and destroys absolutely everything it hits. And other than the holographic shield, the alliance has never developed a defense against acid. Perhaps in the future the alliance can invent nanoparticles that at a certain point will cover the agent with plastic, so that the acid will not be able to dissolve the agents. But this is also just my theory. The Plungerman's next appearance was in episode 57. He had a very important and dangerous assignment. He had to wait for the moment and destroy the Skibidi parasite, which was connected to the Titan Speaker Man. But something went wrong and Plungerman could not destroy the parasite, because of which the infected Titan caused Plungerman very serious damage. But do not worry, because at the end of this episode he was saved by TV Woman. And it is really strange why TV Woman saved only Plungerman, because there was also still a live simp Cameraman. Maybe the secret agent is somehow connected to the TV Man's race? Maybe he can also control them the same way he controlled the Cameraman agents? That's a question we can't answer yet, but we can build theories, so I am waiting for your theories in my Discord server, as well as in the comments. The next appearance of Plungerman after 57th episode was in 63rd episode, when Cameraman squads were actively advancing to the secret base of enemies, but they are attacked by toilets, and at the beginning of the episode it was not clear whether Plungerman will appear or not, so in this episode also for the first time appeared Dark Speaker Man, and if you want to see a separate story about him, then let me know about it in the comments. Dark Speaker Man eliminates the dangerous enemy and the Cameraman squad moves on, but suddenly they are attacked by a Skibidi hybrid, and as soon as Dark Speaker Man wants to attack the enemies, they are suddenly attacked by a very fast object, and at first it was not even clear who it was, but then everything becomes clear, because the weapons that attack this unidentified fast object are plungers, and then we see an improved and healthy Plungerman. He destroys the Skibidi hybrid and lands next to the POV Cameraman. Next we see that the lucky Cameraman was made fun of the new image of the Plungerman, and he expressed what he thinks on his opinion. Next, Plunger Cameraman appeared in episode 66. In this episode the Alliance discovered where the secret laboratory of the enemies is located, and after receiving a fake message from a secret agent, in which you can see that the Titans were destroyed, the agents went into a frenzy and destroyed with their bare hands absolutely any enemy that got in their way. Also in this episode, an elite squad of agents, including Speaker Woman, Dark Speaker Man, Camera Woman, TV Woman and Plungerman, who appears in a very spectacular fashion, joined the sweep. He single-handedly destroys one of the opponents with ease, brutally and coolly appearing out of the smoke. The female squad appreciated his appearance, but TV Woman looked at him as an egoist. Next, Dark Speaker Man and Plungerman shook hands like real gigachads. But further on in the episode, there was a big threat and the TV Man's agents came to the rescue to save the agents from the enemies. Although Plungerman was not afraid of them and was ready to fight, one of the TV Man agents convinced him to leave the place. Perhaps TV Man used hypnosis and Plungerman was without a protective lens and only listened to him. Then he appears in episode 67, when the scientist almost destroyed the Titan, but Plungerman was able to prevent this attack, and although he gained a small amount of time for the Titans, he still received serious damage in this fight, but not as much as in episode 57, because later in the same episode he managed to get into the secret bunker before the door closed. You can see that he is injured but still able to function, so he takes the plunger that one of the twins gives him and goes into the bunker to kick the Skibidi scientist's ass. Then begins the Plungerman's dangerous adventures in the Skibidi toilet bunker. At first everything was fine, the squad gradually progressed and coped with every toilet that came their way. But then they encountered opponents that they were not prepared for, namely this mad Skibidi scientist, who appears in the very first episodes of Skibidi Toilet. This enemy killed a large agent cameraman. Then Plungerman and his squad encountered a dangerous Skibidi hybrid, then with Skibidi Michael Jackson, who took the lives of many agents. After that he and Dark Speaker Man had a fight and Plungerman punched Dark Speaker Man several times. But Dark didn't want to continue the fight. He understood how Plungerman felt and realized what he had done. After all, it was him who closed the door in front of the twins. But if you watched the video on Elite Cameraman channel, then you know that the twins wanted to do that, because when the door closed, they were gone. They were not torn apart, it was as if they just vaporized and most likely at this point they became invisible. Further after this incident, the squad was riding in an elevator and in it they were attacked again and the squad lost another of their fighters who sacrificed his life for them. Dark Speaker Man started to rescue the agents before the elevator fell down. He also offered a helping hand to the Plungerman, but the latter refused to accept any help from him. Next, the lucky operator led the squad along the route the secret agent was most likely sending him. But when they found themselves in a room where many parts belonging to the Alliance were gathered, the squad was attacked by a Skibidi scout and killed 2 agents, including the lucky cameraman. And Plungerman could also die here, but Dark Speaker Man managed to save him in time and then they were able to cope with this enemy. Then they, armed with what was in the room, went to the final room, which was the scientist, and if you watched my analysis Skibidi Toilet 70 Part 3, you know what happened next, and if you have not watched it yet, then be sure to look. After all, Plungerman and Dark Speaker Man finally got to the scientist, and although the scientist tried to escape in every possible way, Plungerman did not let him do it and they got into a fight. And probably, if not for the reinforcement units, Plungerman would probably have lost the battle. But thanks to their combined efforts, the Alliance was able to defeat the Skibidi scientist, after which the secret agent summoned Plungerman to his office. He thanked him for what he had done, but because Plungerman knew too much, the secret agent destroyed him. But why would he do that? Couldn't he continue to exist and help the secret agent with this information? Apparently not, but if you have theories, be sure to post them in the comments. Also, before his death, Plungerman measured up and was no longer angry at Dark Speaker. And the last thing that Plungerman saw before his end was Titan Cameraman, to whom he showed his bark, saying that everything was fine.